everybody, here I am. I'm at the allergist today and I want to send a shout out to all my replay viewers as well. I'm here today to talk to you about supplies that make your interactive notebooks sizzle. I get asked all the time, what do I need supply wise to be able to do interactive notebooks in my classroom? So here I have a visual representation of the supplies that I used in my classroom with interactive notebooks and that I tell teachers about when I go around and train and all that jazz. So I'm going to show you visual representation. I'm going to have my trusty tripod, human tripod over here hold the camera so I can do both hands. Just hold it just like that. Awesome. So first you need to decide what type of interactive notebook you're going to have. Typically people use either a composition book or a spiral bound book. There are benefits to each. I have used both. I talk about them on my blog. Composition notebooks are seam bound on the side. The biggest drawback I have to them is one, their size, but also if a kid tears out a piece of paper anywhere in this notebook because it's seam bound, it's going to start to wiggle and jiggle. Spiral notebooks, I love them because of their size. I also love them because the heavy plastic covering is really durable. I always say go for the 5-star ones. They have a 1-year school year warranty. A lot of people talk about the complaint of the spiral. If you have issues with the spiral, get the little pony beads and hot glue them onto each end and you won't have any problems with the spiral coming unbound or anything like that. And that way if a kid does tear out a piece of paper from the back of their notebook, it's not really going to be a big issue. So again, that's what you have to decide first. The next thing that you need in your arsenal of tools, and I kept these on each of my tables in a Rubbermaid storage container that's built for shoes. So we're talking this big, this tall, and it kept enough for 4 people. You need scissors. Scissors, scissors, scissors. You will be cutting out things for your interactive notebooks like flippables and notes and stuff like that. So kids need scissors. I had my kids in groups of 4 and there were 4 scissors in each box. Saves time. Or you can always pre-cut things for your kids, but still scissors are a good thing to have. Another important thing, pencil and eraser. Kids will need these to be able to work in their books. They need basic supplies. They should have that. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to decide glue stick or liquid glue. I've used both. Glue stick, easy, cheap, affordable. Cons, with humidity, it does start coming off, and if you don't use the high quality Elmer's Extreme Glue, it's gonna come off over time. I started using liquid glue in my class with all of my kids, and I taught them just a dot, not a lot. And then we also had the tap and glue lids, which you can find on Classroom Direct, or you can find get them directly from Tap and Glue, tapnglue.com. They're these little red lids that you put on top of 4-ounce and 8-ounce glue bottles, and they literally only allow kids to put out a dot at a time. So that's a decision you have to make, is glue stick, liquid glue, both. Another great tool to keep in your arsenal is a ruler. Rulers are not just needed for measurement, but say you're drawing things and kids need straight lines. Sometimes they don't always have a straight edge available, but a ruler is a good thing. I only put 2 of these in a box because I didn't want kids having battle wars with rulers, but I also made sure that they were the rulers that did not have the holes in them. They do make those. And then another great thing is markers. Gotta love markers. I typically gave my kids the Crayola fine line markers. That way they weren't using them to color all the time. And also highlighters. Highlighters are a good tool to add in more color. And then lastly, a supply is Post-it notes. I didn't always have these in my tubs because my kids would have used them at times. But I wanted my kids to be able to jot down notes and stick them in their notebook if they had notes after the fact. Thanks for the hearts, I appreciate it. If they had notes after the fact they wanted to add to something, or if they had a question that they wanted to ask and they didn't necessarily want to ask it out loud, they could go stick this on our classroom parking lot. I just wrote a blog post about that. about how kids could write a question on the little Post-it. I had them put the period number they were in on the bottom of the Post-it, and on the back of the Post-it, underneath the sticky, they wrote their name. That way, when they went and stuck it up on the wall in the parking lot, nobody could see who wrote that Post-it note, and so they couldn't be embarrassed. So, those are just some quick little tips I had for you for the supplies for your interactive notebook to make them sizzle. And if you're interested in this clip art, it is made by Glitter Meets Glue. It's available on TPT. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, formulafun@gmail.com. Bye guys, have a great day.